So it looks like the rumored Zelda movie is actually going to happen. It's something that was confirmed by Nintendo on Twitter today, and I believe Miyamoto had confirmed that he has been working on a live action film for Legend of Zelda, and it turns out that he has been working on it for years now. Something that a lot of people really didn't know about, and he was collaborating with Avi Arad-san, who he produced some pretty good films in the past. And for those who don't know, if you're rad, he had produced films like Spider-Man 2 from '04, Iron Man from '08, and just recently Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse from this year. And he also worked on the Uncharted movie from 2022, and he's also working on a Borderlands movie that's supposed to be coming out sometime in 2024. And you also learned that this upcoming Zelda movie is going to be directed by Wes Ball, who he directed movies like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and Maze Runner. And honestly, this guy being a director of this particular film is something that's going to be intriguing. The fact that Miyamoto is going to be hands on with the Zelda film shows a lot of promise because we all saw how big and how popular the Super Mario Brothers movie was, and the fact that it did over 1 billion in terms of box office revenue, and we also learned that this upcoming Zelda film is going to be co-financed by both Nintendo and Sony Pictures Entertainment, and I heard that, or I read that Nintendo is going to, I guess they're going to finance it slightly more than Sony Pictures Entertainment, but that's something that makes perfect sense since Zelda is pretty much, intellectual property of Nintendo, and as far as how much money is going to go into this film exactly, that's something that has yet to be made clear. And the fact that they're taking the live action route is something that's a bit surprising because you look at the Mario Brothers movie that just came out like months ago or earlier in the year. That was more of an animated CGI type of movie, and some people feel like that would probably be better than the actual live action movie. And even then, like a Zelda movie in theory, sounds amazing, but in practice, how would you make that work? Because for the most part, um, like Zelda or not Zelda, but Link has been presented as like a mute character, and for the most part, like you look at most of the major installments of the Zelda series, there isn't a lot of like dialogue where people actually speak and all that stuff. And the last time they had Link talk in any type of like television show or anything like that was like back in the 80s or something with that, horrible, Zelda show where Link was always like, "Excuse me, princess." And he always, I don't know, he just sounded like a dick and whatever. But for the most part, I don't know. I have high hopes for this film. I don't think it's going to be as horrendous as like that Zelda television show we got like decades ago. Um, I do feel that I do feel like this is probably going to be more of a challenge than what Miyamoto probably like expected initially, and honestly, I'm not exactly sure um what game they're going to try and, make a film adaptation of, or whether or not this is just going to be a standalone, movie and it's not going to be like based off of any particular game. If it was a standalone film, it'd probably be a lot easier, but I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like a lot of older games, like the first two. Yeah, and the thing about like, Zelda in general is that like you look at the timeline for like the Zelda series, there's like multiple timelines. So I'm not exactly sure. Like if they were to create a movie series, how would they do that? Because they would like the director and the writers, they would have to choose one particular timeline, and like out of all the like the Zelda games I would love to see, get a film adaptation. Um, like one game at the very top of my list is probably Ocarina of Time, only because that's like one of the best Zelda games, that's ever been made. And to this day, people still speak fondly about it and have high hopes and high expectations about it. And I would love to see like a modern day 4K remake of Ocarina of Time because it was really that good. And it was something that people like still like play to this day and enjoy and feel like is a masterpiece that stands the test of time. But as it currently stands, we have no details on what the story of the upcoming Zelda movie is going to be about, who's going to be casted as what, how much money is going to be put into this, when the film is going to be released, and hopefully those are all things that we are going to learn sometime in the upcoming year.